Get in by Ferguson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the Bengals' 47-yard line.
Prescott yet again. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 35. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 8. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. He's got it complete to Tolbert. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. The Cowboys at 500 hit 6-6. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
To the air again, Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And the Bengals make their way out on offense for the first time, led by their 5th-year quarterback out of LSU, Joe Burrow.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
They got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. They're trying to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
The numbers a week ago for Chase. He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. First down, they stay with Moss on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Burrow will throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. You look at this Cowboy defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
That is caught, and he is going to have a Bengals first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. The Cowboys offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. Out of his end zone, Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 9-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. Left side to Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he's got it up to the 13. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. Here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. To throw is Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, as they've got it as we resume action. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Prescott now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Renfro, the motion man. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. Now it's Burrow. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. To the air again, Burrow. Flush to it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll get this up to the 45-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing, Prescott. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Prescott. Into the hands of Hendershot. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Back deep, Hunter Renfro. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had.
Under pressure, they got him again. Eric Kendricks drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Lewis to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now Prescott.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Burrow will throw. Caught out right by Renfro. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Again, it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Final play of the half. Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Here's Burrow. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Forced out to his left. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
On the return, here comes Lewis.
44-yard punt, return of 9.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 23.
Prescott down.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They go to Elliott again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
That's caught out wide by Cooks.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Prescott to throw it. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. There again is Cooks, complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 2.
To the air again, Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll be taken down at the 46.
Now Burrow.
Connecting on the out route here with Higgins.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Moss.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Burrow looking to pass. Now a short one to Gesicki.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
Now it's Burrow. The open man here, Renfro. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And Burrow going to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Burrow will throw.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Burrow.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This is caught. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Moss.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit.
McPherson's kick is good.
And a 2nd field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points, so some disappointment.
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Inside give to Elliott. Shreds him with a stiff arm, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 7.
Prescott from the gun.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Now Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Prescott. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll throw again. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jake Ferguson.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Aubrey now for the point after.
And the lead is up to 18 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. 2nd down and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got Burton here. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Again, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Burrow looking to pass. That is caught. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Now whistles and a flag. And I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
Offense.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And it's caught. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterward.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Zeke going to get it on the option.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for